Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Hirakata City here in Osaka Prefecture. It is a beautiful Friday afternoon, and I am standing just outside Hirakatashi Station. And today we're going to be taking a little walk around the station. We'll be inside the station and just walking around seeing the downtown Hirakata. And so what we're looking at right now is kind of the main pedestrian intersection. And to the left would be Hirakatashi Station. And Shi means city, so Hirakata City Station. You can see a lot of buses here. And then right here is maybe my favorite building in Hirakata. This is called Hirakata T-SITE. It's a very nice modern building with some shopping and dining. And we're going to be going in that building as well. So right here is a map of the area. And we have some information about the city of Hirakata. And then here, this is the Hirakata Juku. And I made my very first video here. I did a walk along the historic path that goes near Hirakatashi Station. And so you can see the Yodogawa, the Yodo River. And this other small river here is the Amano-gawa, the Amano River. And so it's just there's a lot happening here. There's a lot of places to see. And so we are here right now. And this is the station. This is T-SITE. And so we're just going to be taking a walk around this area. And it's probably the most crowded place in Hirakata City. A lot of businesses, as you'll see. A lot of businesses, restaurants, stores. And here you go. This is a pretty good view of the station as well. So that's the Keihan Railway Hirakatashi Station. So Keihan Railway is the name of the train line that runs through Hirakata. And it runs from Kyoto down to Osaka on this side of the Yodogawa, on the Yodo River. So that's a pretty good view of the front of the station. And so you can see a lot of taxis down here. And they line up and they go in order. And they just line up right down here waiting on passengers. Of course, you can see a lot of buses coming and going. So this is the transportation hub of Hirakata. And this is really the heart of downtown Hirakata. So we're just going to take a little walk around the station. So here, this is something that's really interesting. This is Amazon, and they have these lockers here in Hirakata Station. And I'm not sure exactly how it works. If you buy something on Amazon, they can put it here. But Amazon locker. And then every station has these coin lockers. It's very convenient, different sizes, different prices. Okay, so now we're coming into the main area of the station. And today they have some arts and crafts. And so these are not here every day. So sometimes they have special stores set up like this. Okay, so this is the main entrance here. You see the central gates of the Keihan Railway. So here it is. If you want to take a train to Osaka or Kyoto, this is where you come. And in 15 minutes, you can be in downtown Osaka or downtown Kyoto. And every train stops here, so you can't go wrong. You can't take the wrong train. You will always end up here in Hirakata. We are exactly halfway between the two cities. This is a very busy station. So every day, about 95,000 passengers come through the station. 95,000 every day. So it's a very busy station. So this station opened in 1910, and the current name, Hirakatashi Station, goes back to 1949. So from here you can get on the Keihan Main Line, which connects Kyoto and Osaka, and it also has the Katano Line, which goes over to the next city of Katano. So we're gonna go down these stairs. And so this is underneath the station. And so straight ahead, yeah, so here, this is the Keihan department store. So Keihan is more than just a train line. Keihan has department stores like this. And just to the left in there is the foreign import grocery store called Seijo Ishi. And so especially for foreign people living in Hirakata, you can come here and get things like peanut butter or even Cheesecake Factory. They sell their cakes in there. So you can get special foreign import goods there that you can't get in a regular Japanese store. And of course they're more expensive. Obviously they're imported, but they are available. So this is also the Keihan department store. Okay, so you can see the bus station here. Lots of buses. Here's another map of the station area. And so that bridge up there, that's where I started this video. So gorgeous day. And so this is where people line up and the taxis wait for people to come. And it's especially busy after the last train, which is usually around 12:30. The last train is around 12:30, and after that the buses are usually not running. And if you live far away, the best way to get home is by taxi. So one of the things that many foreign people like in Japan is this store over here. It's called Daiso. And it's a 100 yen shop, like a dollar store. And they have everything that you can imagine. It is really, really good. I would say it's much better than Dollar General or a place like that in the US. And the quality is really good, really high quality. So of course they have things for 200 yen, $2, 300 yen, $3. So now we're going to cross this maybe the busiest pedestrian intersection, and we're going to go into this building, T-SITE. And here's a Starbucks, of course. Starbucks is everywhere in Japan. In fact, there are 7 here in Hirakata. 7 Starbucks. And welcome to the top of Hirakata T-SITE. And it is a beautiful day. This is the 8th floor. And they have this area where you can come outside and enjoy the view. So I'm just going to pan around and you can see the view. Today is an excellent day to be up here. You can see really far in the distance. So this area is for people to come and have a seat. Of course, you can smoke out here if you want, or just come up here like me to enjoy the view. So I'm gonna show you a few things that are noteworthy. And this building right here, this is Kansai Medical University. So there's several universities here in Hirakata, and that's one of them, Kansai Medical University. Other universities include Kansai Gaidai, Osaka Dental University, Setsunan University, Osaka International University, Osaka Institute of Technology, and National Tax College. So there are a lot of universities here. And if you look straight ahead, those 2 tall buildings straight ahead, that is just in front of JR Takatsuki Station. So there's the Yodo River, and on the other side of that is Takatsuki City. And actually a little bit to the left, I don't know if you can see, but just to the left to that pole, straight ahead there's a pole, and just to the left there's a tall building over in Takatsuki. That is City Hall. And so if you're in Takatsuki on a beautiful day, you can also go to the top of City Hall. I don't know how many floors that is, but it could be 12, 13, 14 floors over there. And you can also have a really nice view of the city. course, you can see the mountains in the distance. And again, just straight ahead, there's a building, and it's got it's kind of like two towers straight ahead. That is over by Kawahara Station, so that is still in Hirakata, and that's near Kawahara Station. Of course, you can see lots of apartment buildings here. And then kind of here in the foreground, you can just see some yellow grass, I guess, tall grass, and that's along the Amano River. And in the springtime, in late March, early April, you can see the cherry blossoms. There's a line of cherry blossoms, and that is one of the best places in Hirakata to enjoy cherry blossom trees. It's definitely the most convenient. So yeah, this is kind of the view. I mentioned Kansai Gaidai University earlier, and they have a new campus called Gotenyama, the Gotenyama campus, and it's just straight ahead. It's kind of that brown building just to the left of the white apartment buildings. So here's where I am. They've got some benches and ashtrays. They have some bushes, and just right here, it's not really beautiful right now, but in the spring and summer, you can sit outside. This is an Italian restaurant. It's super, super good. And when the weather's nice, this is a great place. Today would be a great day, actually, to come outside. You can see they have some outdoor furniture that's really comfortable. And so pizza, pasta, I know they have steak, lots of Western food. So I think I'm just gonna walk inside, walk around the 8th floor, show you some of the restaurants here at the top of the T-SITE, and then I will stop the video and continue recording when I leave T-SITE. So let's go inside just very quickly and check out the 8th floor. So here it is, the Italian restaurant. You can see outdoor dining, indoor dining. So here's their menu. And the name of it is Meal Together, Roof Terrace. And no, I'm not paid by them to advertise, but yeah, it's a nice place. So this is a Chinese restaurant, and they have these kind of buns, the Chinese buns. And of course, different Chinese dishes. And I have eaten there once, maybe 4 years ago, maybe. To be honest, I can't remember much. They have some nice artwork. So T-SITE is kind of upscale. This is a new place. It's like a desserts, sweets. Okay. Kind of Japanese style lunch set. Yeah, this building is really nice, very modern. It says staff only. And then over here, it's like a bar. And I'm not really sure because they change. It's changed several times since I've been living in Hirakata. But here, kitchen bar. And they also have outdoor seats. So I'm not sure if they do food. It says it's a restaurant. So anyway, this is a good place to come, and especially at night, you can come and have a really nice view of the city with the lights on at night. So I'm going to take the elevator now, and I'll continue the video from the first floor. Okay, so here we are. We are just in front of the Hirakatashi Station, and I just left T-SITE. And right here you can see this is kind of a historical marker, but it's kind of saying welcome to Hirakata. It's on the history trading route. And again, that's in my first video that I made about the Hirakata Juku. And then of course the Korawanka boats, the people serving the food to the traders as they pass through Hirakata on the Yodo River. So there's a lot of history here. And today we're just going to continue enjoying the beautiful weather. Super sunny. It's 12.1 degrees Celsius. Must be in the mid 50s. So again, you can see all the taxis and the buses coming and going. Japan has amazing public transportation. So again, this is the bottom of T-SITE, and you can see a lot of restaurants and cafes, coffee shops, and everything is kind of on the, I don't want to say expensive, but it's not the cheap. It's not the cheapest place. There's a police station. So I'll point out a few things to you here. And this place here, this restaurant is called Ganko. And this is a chain restaurant. And it's a Japanese style restaurant. And I guess if you don't speak Japanese and you want to have that feeling that you're in a Japanese restaurant, this is kind of an easy place. It's very accessible for foreigners. They have English menus. And I guess these are their lunchbox sets. And the decor inside is very Japanese style. So they usually, the waitresses wear kimono, the traditional clothes. There used to be a hotel up there. It looks like it's gone. It's a yoga studio. And actually, if you do want to stay the night, my number one recommendation if you want to stay in Hirakata would be this hotel here. And it's called the Sun Route Inn. So it's right here by the station. It's very convenient. Got lots of restaurants. And yeah, if you need to go to somewhere else in the city, you can easily jump on a bus or just walk there. So yeah. And then here on the second floor, this is a restaurant called Saizzeria. It's an Italian restaurant, and it's what they call a family restaurant, where you can just come and sit and you can stay as long as you want. And yeah, see, they have pasta, salad, doria, and they do takeout and so forth. But they usually have a drink bar, so like a self-serve with fountain drinks. And yeah, they have everything: pizza, pasta, all the Italian typical food. And it's not the best restaurant, but for the price, it's probably the best value. This is a chain restaurant that you can find all over Japan. And again, if you want to just go somewhere and talk to a friend for 2-3 hours, that's a place where you can go and they will not kick you out. So you can just order some food or something, and you can stay as long as you want. This is a croissant restaurant. It's also a chain, and it is super good. Chocolate croissants. And yeah, I highly recommend this as well. It's such a beautiful day. So it's early February. And this is kind of the main plaza. There's a time capsule here. So this is a monument to the 50th anniversary of Hirakata City. And you can see there's a stage over there. And it's a very big open space. And they have different events here. Anytime there's a festival or some kind of event, this is kind of the place. Nippe Park, Oka Higashi Chuo. So I know Oktoberfest, kind of like the German beer festival, which is held in September actually. It's like a traveling festival, and they come to Hirakata, and this is where it is. And then I also saw a concert here one time. I think it was an electronic concert in the summer, maybe. So this is just kind of that place, like a public place for events. Okay, this is the next place that we're going to see. Is not the most beautiful building. It is definitely not T-SITE. But this building here looks very dated. But this is Hirakata City Hall. You see the sign there, Hirakata City Hall, Hirakata市役所. And so of course, if you need anything, any kind of services, this is where you come. And for all foreigners living in Hirakata, you need to come here and register. Get your foreign registration card made. Of course, any kind of birth, death, anything like that, my number card, you need to come here for that. So this is something that I've been making videos on, but this is the Hirakata Hakke, the 8 scenic spots of Hirakata. And so far I've made 6 out of 8, and I've got 2 more to go. But you can see they kind of have information here about the 8 scenic spots of Hirakata. And so on Hirakata's 35th anniversary, the people voted for their 8 favorite spots. And so that's what these are. And there's a map. Okay, so we're going to walk back over here. And we're going to see an area that it's not the most beautiful area of Hirakata, but it'll give you an idea. Almost every city in Japan has, I guess you could call it an entertainment district. So, for example, in Osaka, it might be Namba. And I think in Sapporo it'd be Susukino or Sakai in Nagoya. But even medium-sized towns and small towns, they usually have at least a few blocks dedicated to their entertainment district. And so they're not dangerous. So if you come to Japan, don't be afraid to visit these places. But this is just a place where people come after work to have dinner, have some drinks. And this is a really important part of Japanese culture, especially for salarymen, and to build relationships with your coworkers after work, to go out, have dinner, and drink, maybe sing karaoke. And so this would be the place where people come. I can imagine these people who work downtown or who work at City Hall, they would come here. So this place is called Kawahara Cho Shotengai. This is kind of like the shopping arcade. But this place is just filled with really small restaurants, and a lot of them are just mom and pop. You don't really see chain restaurants here. Of course, it's really quiet right now, but at night, this place is usually pretty busy. And I know this place has probably taken a big hit with the coronavirus, and the government is telling especially places like this to close down. So right now, the request coming from the government is last call is 7 o'clock, and they need to close at 8 o'clock. I'm trying to find a place, yeah, over here. So there's an oden restaurant over here. And oden is what Japanese people like to eat in the winter time to keep warm. So it's kind of a soup, and you can put different things like vegetables or seafood and things like that. But this is an oden restaurant, and yeah, and it goes really well with Japanese sake. So this is a place I would recommend after the coronavirus is over. And actually, I wouldn't recommend coming to any of these places right now during the coronavirus pandemic, because they're just really, really small, and they're packed, and a lot of them don't have good ventilation. And of course, you know, you'll be sitting close to people you don't know. However, if you can speak Japanese, and after the pandemic, if you come here, you can make friends. This is the place to come to really see the true Japan. And people are very friendly. They just can't speak English very well, but if you can speak Japanese, wow, you can make friends so easily. So my impression of Japanese people is the level of English is quite low in Japan. However, I think the people are very warm, very hospitable, and I think you can feel that even without being able to communicate. And I think most Japanese do want to speak English. It's just really hard. They have very few chances to speak English. So this is kind of like I don't know, like from the 80s. It's kind of an old-fashioned style. And this is where you see a lot of these girls' bars and things like that. So, yeah, if you come here at night, you'll see some girls standing out on the street. And I think it's kind of like a hostess club where you go in and you talk to girls. I don't know, maybe you buy them drinks or something, I don't know. And here's another place I recommend. It's called Yamakura, and it is a yakitori restaurant. And yakitori is grilled chicken, and they put it on skewers, and it's really, really good. But as you can see, it's a really small restaurant, and it gets really busy really fast. So it can sometimes be hard to even go in. And again, I think a lot of these places have been hit really hard with the coronavirus because the government's telling them to close early, and then of course a lot of people are just not going out after work. They just go home like they should. But basically any kind of food that you want, you could probably find it here. And if you're in a place like this, you can't go wrong with yakitori, the grilled chicken, or yakiniku, which is grilled meat. Kind of the Korean style where you put it on the grill and you cook it yourself. So lots of little restaurants here, ramen restaurants. And a lot of these places are, they welcome just single people. So even if you're not in a group, you just come here alone, it's no problem. They've got seating for just individual customers. And so there it is. It's kind of a historic part of Hirakata, and maybe in Japanese they'd say shitamachi, kind of blue collar, I guess. It's not fancy, but it's a good place to go with your friends or to make friends. And there are just so many side streets here with little restaurants. So Hirakata is exactly halfway between Kyoto and Osaka. So if you leave Osaka, the next city would be Moriguchi, and after that would be Kadoma, and then Neyagawa, and then here in Hirakata. And after Hirakata, you'd leave Osaka Prefecture and enter Kyoto Prefecture, into Yawata, and then Kyoto. And this is all on the Keihan train line on this side of the Yodo River, or you can cross over the Yodo River and take the JR or the Hankyu from Osaka up to Kyoto. So that's a Matsuya. And a Matsuya is kind of like Japanese fast food. It's famous for gyudon, which is kind of like beef on top of a bowl of rice. Yoshinoya is kind of the same thing. So we're going to do a little walk on the other side of the station, and then we'll finish the video. So just a little more information about Hirakata. The population is about 402,000 people, which would give the population density about 6,200 people per square kilometer, about 16,000 people per square mile. So it's a very densely populated city. So here's another bus stop. So they got two sides for the bus stop. And then this is the map about Hirakata-juku, the historic area. And so actually I think we're gonna walk around, let's see, we're here. So I think we might just go over here and then cross over, and then we'll end the video right here. So we'll do a little walk here on this side. Actually, I think we'll go up here on this street here. But anyway, this is how we're going to end our video today. So the police are out today, checking cars. So every station has two sides. And there must be a Japanese word for it, but it's kind of like a good side of the station and a bad side of the station. So I guess you could say the other side would be the good side, because T-SITE is over there, City Hall is over there. You can see another Starbucks over there. And as I mentioned, there are 7 Starbucks in Hirakata. And we've seen 2 in this video, and there are 2 more at Kansai Gaidai. They have 2 different campuses, so they have 1 on each campus. And then you can go to Kuzaha Mall and see another one there. There's 7 in total in Hirakata. This is the bus that goes to Takatsuki, and it's just across the river. And Takatsuki has 2 train stations, so you'd line up here for the Hankyu station, or if you want to go to the JR station, you would line up here. And so it takes about 20-25 minutes from Hirakata to cross the bridge and to get to the station over there. Yeah, the police are really checking everybody today. And they do this sometimes, not just here, but in other places. And I think they're just doing a random check, just to make sure everybody has their papers, their documentation. Here's a little ramen restaurant. and it's really good fast food. And then over here, this is there's a bar up here called Cheers, and it's really popular, especially with the foreign community here in Kansai Gaidai. Let's see. So yeah, you can see the station there, and then this is the main street. Lots of restaurants. And there are 2 karaoke places right here. So right there is Jankara. That's Jankara. And then the other one is here. This is Big Echo. And definitely if you come to Japan, you gotta go to karaoke. It is necessary. It's a very important part of Japanese culture. Again, straight ahead is Kansai Medical University. And this place is closed right now, but it is a standing bar. And they also have yakitori. So after work, you can see a lot of people just getting a drink, having a little snack before jumping on the train and going home. And if you're interested in craft beer, and especially imported international craft beer, this place here, Garetto, beer bar Garet, is on the 4th floor. And yeah, very high quality. So the Hirakata Juku, this is the street here. And it continues down here. So this is the old historic trading route. People would walk this from Kyoto down to Osaka. And this is an Okinawa restaurant. You can hear the Okinawa music. You can see they're wearing masks. So this place is really good too. And I think maybe once a month they have live music. They have a guy, he flies up from Okinawa, and he plays the traditional instruments, and it's very interactive. People get up and dance and sing together. Of course, that's before coronavirus, but yeah. Okay, so here's more information about the Hirakata Juku. And probably a lot of local people, they just walk past this every day and never stop to really read it or to learn about the history. It's just always here. And again, we were just a few minutes ago here in front of Hirakatashi Station, and now we are here. And so we're going to walk to the end, and this is the Amano-gawa, the Amano River. And there's a monument here, and Higashi Mitsuke, and so we'll go there, and that is the eastern terminus of Hirakata Juku. So you can see they have some historic markers here. If you really stop, if you walk slowly, You can really see and learn about the history. And here's a restaurant, Ichigo Ichiye. I've never been here, but I don't know if it's good. I don't know. They have a sugidama, which is kind of like a cedar bowl, and that's a sign of Japanese sake. So you can see they've got the bricks here, kind of show this is a historic street. So today you can see people live here. It's a mixture of restaurants, small businesses, houses. Looks like a nice modern house. It's the post office, the mailman. So just a few other things about Hirakata. One of the most famous things is Hirakata Koen, or Hirakata Park. And it's an amusement park, a theme park. And it is still able to survive. It is able to compete with Universal Studios in Osaka, and of course Disneyland in Tokyo. And so maybe if you go really far away and mention Hirakata, maybe the first thing they'll mention is Hirakata Park. And then there's a Komatsu factory here, the construction factory. And I have another video where I did a walk around the neighborhood, and basically it just walks around the outside of the Komatsu factory. And also Sanyo. Sanyo has some facilities here for research and development. Okay, so here's a historic building, and I don't know a lot about it, but you can see the architecture and the style. And we can imagine this whole street was lined with buildings that look like this. And so again, a juku, or shuku, is a place where the traders, the travelers, they would stop here and have a place to rest and sleep. And of course they could buy some food or water, pack up on some gear, and set out on their path the next day. And so between Kyoto and Osaka, I think there are 4 stations, 4 juku like this. And starting at Sanjo Station in Kyoto, and then down to Yodo, and then here to Hirakata, and then Moriguchi, and then down in central Osaka. I forgot the name of the bridge, but it's in Chuoku, the central ward. So it was kind of an extension of the Tokaido, which connected Kyoto with Edo, which is Tokyo today. So there were all these trading routes all over Japan connecting the different cities. There was the Nakasendo, which went through the mountains, and the Tokaido, which followed the Pacific coastline. And a lot of the train lines today, they follow that. So like the Keihan line, it follows this historic route here between Osaka and Kyoto. Okay, so here's the final sign, and this is just information about the this historic area of Hirakata. And yeah, it's called Higashi Mitsuke, this section right here, and of course we are right here. You can see some of the sorry about my shadow, but some of the historic paintings. And there's the information. And yeah, so this is where it ends. There's one more view of the street, the historic street, and they got some benches here. So yeah, if you go up here just over this little hill, that's the Amino River right up there. And I'll probably be making another video during the cherry blossoms. I'll go there and show you the cherry blossoms when they're in bloom. It's not the right time right now. But anyway, I think this will be the end of our video. So anyway, that's a video about Hirakatashi Station. And again, it's one of the most important stops between Osaka and Kyoto, especially on the Keihan Line. 95,000 people pass through that station every day. And so yeah, it's an important city, located very conveniently halfway between Kyoto and Osaka. And so if you're in the area, you can stop here at the station, walk around, go to one of the restaurants, meet the local people, and see some of the historic sites. It's all right here within 5 minutes, a 5-minute walk from the station. So anyway, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time. See ya.